Come to places like this. You can meet the craziest people imaginable when you go to like weird places. Hey guys, Stanley here. I hope you can see me. How can you avoid feeling lonely when traveling? So I know the first part of this year I traveled so much. I literally was like a lot of places here, there, and everywhere. And yeah, certain times you can feel quite isolated. A couple of tips how to not feel lonely, not feel socially isolated when you happen to be in a new city by yourself, a new country, starting kind of anew or just for like a weekend, this kind of stuff. So my first advice would be always say one thing more to everybody you encounter. Try to start as many conversations as possible with locals, and you can do this often by just saying one extra thing to everybody you encounter. So, for example, in the petrol station, you just ask a question. It could be anything. Give a compliment, make an observation. And if you get into the habit of doing this in a cafe, for example, the person who's serving you, like ask an extra question. Get into the habit of just always saying one extra thing. This wind might actually be blowing onto the mic. Maybe if I speak like this, it's better. Try to get into the habit of saying an extra couple of things. And if you do this, I don't know, like 10, 15 times, there's bound to be somebody who is actually quite open for a conversation, who speaks English. And often this is the way you can meet people who can really, really change your trip. You just ask for, like, instead of whipping out Google Maps, you ask a local for advice. Instead of, again, it's all on your phone now. Instead of asking ChatGPT where's the best restaurant, you just go up to a couple of locals and ask them. And you don't want to be forcing them or pressuring them or making them feel like they have to talk to you. But I'd say 1 in 10 people will quite happily show you around. Taking a photo, for example, just go up to people, ask them to take a photo of you. 9 out of 10 people, it's just going to be just the encounter. But 1 in 10 people, they're going to be quite happy. They're going to be happy to get to know you. They're going to be happy to show you a bit of this city. They're going to be happy to give you advice. And this works, I guess, for both sexes. This isn't about dating. I'm not talking here about dating, although I guess it could also be applied to that. I'm talking simply just about meeting locals who are going to give you a good taste of the local city. Second up, expat groups. Most cities now have a lot of groups going on. A lot of cities have like pages and WhatsApp chats and Telegram groups. This kind of malarkey. And if it's just a weekend, yeah, it's maybe not going to be worth joining them, because from my own experience, you need to spend at least a kind of month with these kind of people to kind of get any meaningful connection. A lot of the expats can be a little bit wary of new people. It's I know in the past I've also been a bit like this, like subconsciously. So, I've lived in this city for like 5 years now, and you guys are only just coming now, and you think you know everything, which I don't think that is a good way to think about newcomers. But at the same time, I guess it was how it was. That is how I felt, and I guess it's better just to accept how we feel than to try to lie to ourselves. But now, now not so much. Now, even if I do feel this way towards newcomers in the expat groups or any groups, I just accept if I feel like that, and just understand that it's not actually how I feel. It's just a kind of a wave of primitive energy taken over me. Third of all, like my third piece of advice would be to stay in hostels. Even if you don't like the hostel vibe, the hostel setup, get a private room in a hostel, and often these private rooms are pretty good, and that way they normally cost about the same as a hotel room. They're normally a little bit less luxurious compared to a hotel, but what you lose on the kind of luxury front, you definitely gain back in the social front. They're fantastic places to meet people. Get yourselves into hostels. Again, yeah, just go for the kind of always say one thing more with people there. Don't be afraid to initiate conversation, but at the same time, if it isn't naturally flowing in a kind of, okay, let's do this, let's do that, let's explore the city together, then don't push it, because actually I know from personal experience there is nothing more kind of a bit, I don't know, annoying and weird than somebody who kind of tries to like really push a relationship which just isn't there. Maybe because, I don't know, I've got a lot of work on, or I'm just not in the mood, or just because I don't like to feel forced. But yeah, probe a little bit, ask people questions, and there's bound to be a couple of people at least who are more than happy to spend time with you. Yeah, so they're my 3 pieces of advice: how to avoid loneliness when traveling on the road. Anything else I would add to that? Come to places like this. You can meet the craziest people imaginable when you go to like weird places. I don't think there's anybody inside this, but often just like, yeah, walking around in the countryside, you meet some weird and wonderful people. Often they don't speak English, but yeah, quite often, you meet just some characters just in weird, messed up places like this. So try to get off the beaten path and just find some characters here and there. And yeah, just don't be afraid to initiate a conversation. Get off your phone. If you want some advice, ask a local instead of asking your phone. It's easier, of course, on your phone, but there's the possibility of making a meaningful connection with a local if you just get off your phone and ask people in real life. That's been Danny. I've been Danny. You've been fantastic if you've watched until this point of the video. If you haven't, then I don't care. I don't do it for that. I don't do it for views. I don't do it for your validation. But yeah, I will see you all when I see you all. Thanks for watching. Give me a subscribe, give me a like, give me a comment. I bloody love the comments so much, guys. Yeah, ciao for now.